There are many core areas of performance of operations and supply chain: output, costs, inventory, flexibility. But coming from a different angle, here are also some fundamental ways you can approach improving any supply chain, where multiple companies, or interlinked processes or departments, must each interact as part of a multi-tiered supply chain. First, reducing delays. This is about reducing the delays of information moving back up the supply chain between the various tiers and increasing the speed that items or the jobs flow down it. Reducing delays of information means more frequent updates between the tiers, sharing forecasts more often and reacting to orders quicker. For the goods flowing down the supply chain, it means working on reducing throughput times of the value moving through the system. Next up, reducing uncertainty and unreliability. There is always variation, but there are lots of things we can do to understand and reduce it. Specifically here, we're looking at reducing the uncertainty of order times and quantities between the different tiers in the supply chain. Reducing uncertainty and variation is at the core of almost every improvement methodology, from Lean to Six Sigma, TQM, TPM, and so on. Thinking about the orders themselves moving through a supply chain, less uncertainty means more working together, collaborative planning, or sharing end consumer sales information up the supply chain directly. The third fundamental way to improve an overall supply chain's performance is to reduce the number of separate decision-making tiers within the supply chain. Every time there is another entity who can decide when to buy more of their own supplies, be that a company or a discrete process or department with their own order decision-making power, it adds to the delay and distortion of information flowing up from the end customer. Reducing decision tiers could mean delegating the decision-making to your supplier, such as through vendor-managed inventory. It could be merging decision-makers or just making order triggers automatic based on end customer sales information. So, 3 different ways to think about improving a supply chain's overall performance: reduce delays, reduce uncertainty and unreliability, and reducing the number of separate decision tiers.